Okay, so before I officially start my speech, I want to ask everyone a question. So what is this object I'm holding in my hands? What is this? Paper. Yes, and maybe not. So if I tell you this is a computer or this is a smartphone, do you think I'm too crazy?
No.
No. Thank you. Yeah, in the future, no. But some of you may think I'm too crazy. The reason is just because it is always taken for granted that a piece of paper is supposed to look like this. So my topic today is innovation, be and for the next generation. In my opinion, to innovate, first we have to learn to re-examine all the things we take for granted. When I ask myself the question, who I am in this school?
Annie.
Yeah? So a voice comes to my mind. I'm a teacher, teaching psychology, and that's all. But when I start to re-examine myself, another voice emerges. Couldn't I be something else? For example, be a writer, be an actor, a writer, a counselor, even an entrepreneur. Couldn't I teach something else other than psychology? So I start to challenge myself by being students' mentor, by teaching thinking skills, by teaching TOK, by trying to integrate the knowledge from different fields into project-based activities. And that is not the end. So, as human beings, it is too easy for us to take the things we experience repeatedly in daily lives for granted, accepting it without even a second thought. So, why is that? Actually, the research suggested that our brains are actually the cognitive misers. It will automatically turn on an energy-saving mode, leading us to think habitually, to choose the path with least resistance among all the available options. So, on one hand, this kind of mechanism will allow us to process massive amounts of information in our daily lives without feeling overwhelmed. But on the other hand, this kind of habitual way will lead us further and further away from innovation. So habitual thinking relies on your existing path. To innovate, you must break free from the old familiar path and switch to a new and unfamiliar path. But innovating by taking a different path requires tremendous courage, because our brains are hardwired to care about other people's opinions. But when you want to be different, you have to go against the opinions of the majority of people, and that's not easy. So, that is the kind of behavior we all experience, because as social animals, we all have the kind of psychological need to be accepted by the society. But true innovation requires us to stick to yourself even when other people say no. Some of you may have the concern, maybe I want to innovate, but I'm afraid I'm just an ordinary person without inspiration. Is that really the case? Inspiration has never been the exclusive to some geniuses like Elon Musk, like Jack Ma. Inspiration, actually, for ordinary people like you and me, are surrounded by many opportunities that just lies in our daily environment. Inspiration is not the kind of free gift from the heaven. It is actually the natural outcome triggered after your experience has accumulated to a certain level. So you may ask, where is that trigger? The trigger just lies in the questions, the creative questions you learn to ask after you start to re-examine the things you take for granted. So some others of you may also have the concern, I want to innovate, but I'm just afraid my ideas are too small to have real value. Never belittle your seemingly small ideas. Remember, every innovation starts from a small, seemingly less value idea. So, you have to remember this and take this into your heart. And me, as a teacher, a psychology teacher, I also have this concern. Am I too old to innovate the next generation? Yes or no?
No.
No, thank you. This is my original idea, but when I start to re-examine this to myself, a sentence comes to my mind. Age is never a question. To innovate or not to innovate, that is the question. Thank you.